History's heroes, visionaries, saints, icons, are celebrated in textbooks and statues, their stories polished to inspire. But beneath the golden legends, many lived double lives, hiding uncomfortable truths in the shadows. Their public triumphs often mask private flaws and disturbing contradictions. Tonight, we peel back the myths to reveal the darker sides of 7 icons. We'll explore the duality that history prefers to ignore. Beyond the legend lies the real, flawed human being. These are 7 icons with a dark side history doesn't want to talk about. Winston Churchill, Britain's wartime lion, the voice of defiance against Nazism. His speeches rallied a nation, but his legacy is far from unblemished. Churchill's belief in British racial superiority shaped his policies and public statements. He called Indians a beastly people with a beastly religion, and dismissed the suffering of colonized peoples. During the Bengal famine of 1943, Churchill diverted food from starving Indians, blaming them for their own plight. Up to 3 million died, while pleas for aid were ignored. The hero who saved Europe showed chilling indifference to Asia. Churchill's imperial mindset left a trail of suffering, revealing a blind spot in his celebrated humanism. The lion's roar inspired some but spelled doom for others. The savior of one world was the architect of another's pain. Even the greatest heroes can be driven by prejudice. Churchill's legacy is inseparable from both triumph and tragedy. Mother Teresa, global symbol of charity, Nobel laureate, saint. Her clinics for the dying were hailed as havens, but inside, conditions were shockingly poor. Pain relief was denied, hygiene neglected, and suffering was seen as a gift from God. She believed there was beauty in the poor accepting their fate, glorifying pain over comfort. Despite millions in donations, little was spent on improving care. Funds vanished, while the dying languished in squalor. She accepted money from dictators and criminals, refusing to return stolen funds. Her mission was less about healing, more about sanctifying suffering. The saintly image concealed a system that perpetuated agony. Mother Teresa's legacy is a paradox, a champion of the poor who presided over their pain. The truth is far more complex than the myth. Thomas Edison, Wizard of Menlo Park, inventor, American icon. His genius lit the world, but his methods were ruthless. When Nikola Tesla's alternating current threatened his dominance, Edison launched a smear campaign. He staged public electrocutions of animals to brand AC as deadly. Edison even helped invent the electric chair, ensuring Tesla's technology was linked to death. His laboratories were ruled with an iron fist, often taking credit for others' work. Edison's brilliance was matched by his manipulation and cruelty. The light he brought cast a long, dark shadow. He weaponized science for personal gain, leaving ruined rivals in his wake. The celebrated inventor was also a corporate tyrant. Progress, in Edison's world, came at a brutal cost. Che Guevara, revolutionary icon, symbol of rebellion. His image inspires, but his actions tell a darker story. As commander of La Cabana prison, he oversaw executions and relished revolutionary violence. Guevara dismissed due process, signing death warrants with zeal. He helped build Cuba's forced labor camps targeting dissidents and minorities. Censorship and intolerance replaced the freedom he once fought for. The rebel became an enforcer of oppression. Guevara's legacy is not just liberation, but systematic brutality. The iconic poster erases the executioner behind the myth. His story warns how utopian dreams can turn into nightmares. The fight against tyranny can breed new forms of it. John Lennon, voice of peace, Beatle, dreamer. His songs called for love and non-violence, but his private life was marked by anger and abuse. Lennon admitted to hitting women, including his first wife, and neglecting his son. The man who sang for peace struggled with violence at home. His activism was sincere, but also a public attempt to overcome his own demons. Lennon's contradictions complicate his legacy. The dreamer who imagined a better world inflicted pain on those closest to him. His music's power endures, but the truth is more complicated than the legend. Icons can inspire, even as they struggle with their own darkness. Lennon's story is a reminder: public ideals often mask private battles. The icon of peace was forged in personal conflict. Mahatma Gandhi, father of India, apostle of nonviolence. His image is saintly, but his life was riddled with troubling contradictions. In South Africa, Gandhi used racist language and campaigned for segregation. His spiritual experiments involved sleeping naked with young women, including relatives, to test his celibacy. These acts left emotional scars on his followers. Gandhi's rigid principles sometimes led to disturbing advice, like urging Jews to commit suicide during the Holocaust. He championed liberation for some, while holding prejudices against others. His quest for purity often came at the expense of others' well-being. The saintly icon, up close, reveals deep flaws and unsettling complexities. Gandhi's legacy is both inspiring and deeply problematic. The truth is far more human than the myth. Marie Curie, scientific pioneer, double Nobel laureate, icon of intellect. Her discoveries changed the world, but her relentless pursuit of knowledge blinded her to danger. Curie handled radioactive materials with bare hands, exposing herself and others to lethal risks. Her notebooks remain radioactive to this day. She ignored mounting evidence of harm, leading to her own painful death from radiation sickness. Her devotion to science endangered colleagues and family alike. Scandal followed her personal life, as her affair with a married colleague sparked public outrage. The world that celebrated her genius turned on her in scandal. Curie's brilliance brought both progress and tragedy. Her story is a cautionary tale. The pursuit of knowledge can create as much harm as good. Even the brightest light can cast a deadly shadow. These icons shaped our world, but their legacies are tangled with darkness. To admire their achievements, we must also confront their flaws. History is not a gallery of perfect heroes, but a wilderness of contradictions. Understanding their complexity helps us learn from both their triumphs and their mistakes. The past is never simple, nor are its greatest figures. Like, subscribe, and comment. Which story surprised you most? The real story of humanity is found in its flawed icons, not its myths.